Good morning. Welcome back, Market Snipers. This is Jesse, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, getting a start right on the dot today. We're watching it. No pun intended. We'll probably look at dot, right? Up 0.22% today. This is the Bitcoin chart. We're going to get into it. The weekly chart is still ultra bullish. The daily chart is still ultra bullish. So we're going to cover it. But also go take a look at this video that I posted yesterday, 16 hours ago. It's only 10 minutes long, so it's not too long over there. But I do talk about how high Bitcoin can go and how long this run could last, right? So I do talk about that, and I cover the Bitcoin halving clock over here. It was April 13th. Now it's saying April 18th. So 1 week ago, I did a video and talked about it said April 13th. Now it's pushed back 5 days. So maybe the halving is delayed, right? Who knows what's going on with the miners over there? If the halving is delayed, they might be running into some issues. Who knows, right? But it's interesting that a week ago, the Bitcoin halving clock estimate, was pushed back 5 days, and we're not even seeing the Bitcoin miners, really bounce with Bitcoin and crypto. So, are they lagging time-wise? Are we going to see a bounce in the near future? I hope so. So let's jump right into it. Thank God it's Friday, right? TGIF. Hope everyone has some plans to get outside this weekend, spend some time with their friends and family, and get away from the charts, even though we obsess over them on a regular basis. Good morning, Javier. NQ trying to short squeeze. Yeah, I mean, it's been short squeezing, Javier. Good morning, Javier. Everyone, we're going to get through all the comments, questions, and we'll circle back to charting everyone's requests on the second half. Aldo, good morning. You better believe we'll do U.S. oil. Early bird gets the worm. You were early. Javier was early. John Pye early. Awesome. Good morning. Welcome. And good morning, right? So, all right. Well, let's jump right into it. This is Bitcoin weekly chart. Still ultra bullish, right? Still ultra bullish on the daily chart, on the weekly chart. Had that MACD bullish crossover, had an RSI buy signal, and then of course we already had the buy signal back here, right around the 200-week moving average at $28,000. Luis, good morning, happy Friday, welcome back. And so we had that buy signal, and then consolidated for a couple weeks, and then pushed on up and closed back above the 200-week moving average. So we know all that, right? So look at the daily chart. We have it's ultra bullish on the daily chart as well. So ultra bullish on the weekly chart, ultra bullish on the daily chart. It feels like next week, the week after, 3 weeks from now, or even maybe 4 weeks from now, we'll start getting those text messages. We'll start getting those phone calls from mom and our friends and our Uber drivers and our hairstylists and our whatever, right? Our long lost cousin that we haven't talked to in a year, our siblings. Oh, wow. Did you see Bitcoin, right? Those famous text messages. Wow, did you see Bitcoin? Did you see the surge? So it's not quite ready yet. It's been ultra bullish. We've been watching it from the bottoms, right? And we were early, getting in our first long entry at 16,800, right? For this rally. This whole time we've been talking about a rally, not that the bull run is back on. Once we have once we get through this rally and then we see like a bigger correction, possibly before the halving, and then we start to have buy signals on the daily chart, have buy signals on the weekly chart, before the halving, right before the halving or right after the halving, that's when I'm going to say, hey, a higher low is being put in again. And, it's the probabilities continue to increase that that the bull run is back on, right? So that's what we're kind of watching, waiting for. We do have, as price is making higher highs on Bitcoin daily chart, you can see here, high, a higher high, and then a higher high, right? RSI is not. So RSI is currently at 85, and it did peak at 89. So it could be putting in bearish divergence. It's bearish divergence as of right now. And the bearish divergence could, of course, go away, right? But it is, as of right now, putting in bearish divergence. And so we'll continue to watch it, see if it's going to put in, some sort of bearish divergence longer term, and then continue to watch it. And we talked about it on the video last night that it could remain diverged for, a lot longer than people think. So as price is coming up, the next major target, the middle of the target box, we have a target at about 42,300 ish, depending on what exchange you're looking at. It varies, here and there, a little bit different here and there. So that would be the next target. It tapped the top of the target box yesterday, and now it seems like you start getting closes up above this target box. The probabilities continue to increase that we're going to hit the next target. I'm not sure if it's going to come all the way up and hit this target. That would be great if it did. We're not sure if we do. And so we got this upward RSI trend line, right? And he talked about it again, that this rally could also last, for the next 20 to 30 days. And we'll know when it starts to break down from this trend line, right? So it has a lot of room, even though it's overbought and has been overbought since October 20th. It's sometimes when the magic happens. And that's why we have these magic wands on the indicator. It's sometimes when the magic happens, right? And then you see like, yeah, it's overbought, it's overbought, it's overbought. But from the time that it went overbought, it's up another 26%, right? So it's sometimes when the magic happens, and we talk about it all the time. Smash the likes, everyone. We got a light viewing crew here on Friday. It's pretty typical on Fridays. There's less people on Fridays. Maybe they're checking out already from work. Maybe they're already getting ready for the weekend. Maybe they're going camping. Maybe they're going on a trip. They're spending time with the family. Whatever the reason is, Fridays are typically lighter on the viewership. So we need 100% of you to smash the like button. We need 100% of you. Make sure you're smashing the subscribe button and smashing that like button. So let's continue onward. Let's keep going. So that's Bitcoin, right? That's the Bitcoin update. Continues to be ultra bullish. Let's kind of draw out a trend line here. Let's see. Kind of draw it out like that. So we kind of see where it's in this upward trend, and the trend, it's above the trending dots. The trending dots have a similar trajectory, right, as this trend line. So as you can kind of see, like if this continues upward and has some room to go, has some room to go to the upside, right? This is kind of like the timing of it. It's possible that could be the timing of it, whether it comes, all the way up like this, right? Maybe even spikes all the way up and then comes back down, right? And at some point, it's going to put in that higher low, possibly before the halving, right? And so that's what we're kind of talking about as it goes on. So we're just kind of watching and waiting for it and see how it plays out like that, right? So you can kind of even extend it all the way out like that. And remember, the halving's out here in April. So even if it continues to rally all the way through December and comes out and hits this final target up here, the 4 of 4 longer term targets before the correction, right? And then the halving happens after that. Then that's when the probabilities, as the weekly chart and the daily charts start to flip back around bullish, that we're going to be calling for, hey, this bull run is back, and we are going to get another bull run for the market snipers, and we'll do our very best to sniper that bull run. On the last bull run, we said just give us one more bull run. We have one under our belt. Now, if we can get one more bull run, and then hopefully everyone can participate and take full advantage of it and change your life, right? So that's the goal. That's what we hope for. It's not guaranteed yet, but it seems like it's kind of lining up, right? So we'll continue to watch it. That's Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance did have started to break down back here as we've been talking about it on the live streams. Had the sell signal, kind of bounce all the way back up in the trending dots. 4K mods, I'll take profit and wait, buy again. Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole purpose, is like I'm not just a hodler, right? I want to lock in those gains and then buy back lower, right? So I want to lock those gains like I did at 61,000 Bitcoin and then buy back lower, right? Of course, I was a little bit more aggressive and I was shorting Ethereum in the bear market. But when we were longing Bitcoin at 16,800, sell Bitcoin at 61,000, buy at 16,800. Did I catch the top of the wick? No. Did I catch the bottom of the wick? No. That's not the plan. The plan is to try to capture 80 to 90% of the move. All right, so that's Bitcoin dominance. All right, I don't know why I'm so thirsty today again, right? Bitcoin dominance. So let's jump in over to crypto, right? Crypto continues to pump. Crypto continues to pump. We were talking about this back on the buy signal. We were talking about it last week. And then we were talking about it even just a few days ago. It was right around 1900. Are we going to see Ethereum shoot up to $2,000? And it did, right? Like not even a day, I think a couple days later, it shot up to $2,000 and then it shot up to 2,100 and then it shot up to 2,140, right? So it's bullish on the weekly chart. The probabilities continue to increase that we're going to hit target 2. Obviously, it's not a guarantee, and obviously none of this is financial advice. And obviously, do your own research. And obviously, this is just for educational and entertainment purposes only on a Friday. So, Rick's Moneymakers Helton, welcome back. 4K Mods, Wang, Q, Lei, Gabar. Oh, man, I definitely am not going to say that right. I'm sorry, Wang. Let me know if I said that correctly. If I'm not even closer in the ballpark, maybe type out in English how you pronounce it. Like my buddy Kui his name is spelled Quy. One of my closest friends. He's Vietnamese, and the pronunciation is like Kwee, and it's also like we, like Kui, but I mean he goes by Kui, but it's like we, right? So until he told me that, I had no idea how to pronounce his name. I just called him Kui or Q or whatever, right? Even though he's been my longtime friend since 2015. Anyways, I'm not great with pronunciations. That's why Aldo misspells my name every single time. Olsen. He does it on purpose. Keep me in line, right? That's Ethereum. Solana, right? Everyone wants to buy Solana now, right? Why didn't they want to buy it back here when the buy signal on the weekly chart? Why didn't they want to buy it on the daily chart back on this breakout here, right? Why didn't they? Why didn't they? This was the time to buy, not now. But you know how it is. Emotions run deep and it's firing on all signals, and the fear of missing out, right? The fear of missing out. Tesla John, good morning. The fear of missing out and the emotions get the best of us over and over again. Well, not the snipers, but in general. So buy signal is down here at $19. Now it's at almost $52 on Solana, right? And it's ultra bullish on the weekly chart, and it's ultra bullish on the daily chart. And that time was to buy was back here, right? And this is why we talk about it. And the probabilities continue to increase that we're going to go up and see if we're going to hit target 2, possibly even target 3, right? Still seems like there's a lot of room to the upside, but definitely don't chase, right? Like I wouldn't want to chase if I didn't take that entry, and I didn't take that entry. But Chainlink, I was in Chainlink, and there was a buy signal back here, $6.90. And I actually did a video on it back here 1 month ago. It only got 248 views. You can go back and take a look at it. It was 1 month ago. Price was at, I don't know where price was at. It was under $10, I believe. I think it was back here. Yeah, it was just starting to break out of this downward trend line. I don't know, 1 month ago, right? But we were watching it, and I was already in it before that, right? So it was putting in, it looked like, after this reversal candle, it kind of pumped up like that. And then it put in this higher low. It put in the higher low, and it started to break back above, right? And you could even draw like this more aggressive downward trend line like that. And then from that point, right around that just above $6.50, the weekly chart started to go pending buy signal, then had a buy signal. They kind of pushed up, consolidated for a couple of weeks, and just flushed up to the upside and has never looked back, right? Has not even put in another higher low, regained the 200-week moving average. We've talked about this. previous videos, previous live streams, then hit this target here. So the reason why we do the recaps is very important. The reason why we do it is because there's several assets that are still lagging. There's several crypto assets that are not pumping up to these areas yet, right? So everyone wants to be in it now, right? Because that's when the fun happens. But you have a lot more fun getting in down here, holding while other assets are pumping like this. And then if you hold, you get rewarded, right? Then you get rewarded. And so if you're in the Cardano trade, maybe it's not as exciting yet, right? It's not as exciting as Chainlink, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, right? It's not as exciting. But I got back in here at 25 cents as well, right? So 25 cents. And then it pumped up a little bit to about 30 cents. Okay. All right. Starting to get a little bit more fun, right? Then we had a buy signal. Okay. Now we're starting to feel a little bit better. We've hit all 4 targets so far, right? It's starting to feel a little bit better, feeling a little bit better. It's been ultra bullish on the daily chart. I even added to my position back here, right? And then here we go. Is it going to hit the 200-week moving average similar to Chainlink? Is it going to do that like Bitcoin and Ethereum and regain it? We don't know for sure, but we hope so, right? We hope so. And then when it's doing that, that means the weekly chart's probably pumping and the weekly chart is probably ultra bullish. And then everyone's talking about Cardano. Everyone wants to be in Cardano. And then by that time, probably, we don't know for sure, maybe Chainlink and Solana is correcting at that point, right? And people are still holding or getting in late. And we kind of talked about this. I drew this out and it's a little bit higher than yesterday. So yesterday, even from like 36, what was it? From, about 36.2 cents, right? It was a 147% move. Now it's at 37. What was it? 30. Yeah. Here, let me move this out of the way. 37.3. So it's up another penny, right? So it's just trending upwards on Cardano. Near had a retracement. So it had a buy signal on the weekly chart, had a retracement on the lower time frames. It's still bullish on the weekly chart and it's still bullish on the daily chart. It was pumping up ultra bullish, right? It was pumping up ultra bullish, came back, retested to like $1. It came all the way back to like $1.28, $1.29, let's call it. And now it's pumping back up. So we talked about this, right? We talked about this on, I think someone brought it up in the live streams. I can't remember who, but was talking about it on, I think it might have been Jewelry Affairs, right? So Jewelry Affairs, if you're on here, let me know, confirm it was you or someone else, let me know. We talked about it that, hey, yeah, after the correction, this could be that lower time frame. All aboard, last chance, right? We're kind of talking about would it find support and then bounce up, right? Starting to look like that. Had this big move down all the way to, call it $1.29, followed by West Diddy. Thank God it's Friday, folks. Yes, sir. Reversal candle, right, on the 4-hour chart, battling, back above the trending dots. Is this your, if you missed near, is this your chance to get into near based off of the 4-hour chart when the daily chart is still bullish, right? Daily chart is still bullish. Weekly chart, still bullish, right? But hasn't even gone ultra bullish, hasn't even come even close to this longer term target at $4.80. Are you kidding me? It's only $1.50, right? Are you kidding me? We got in $1.05 on near. I mean, that's incredible, right? Looking back in hindsight, $1.05, like, oh yeah, could it go lower? Sure, it could go lower, right? It seems like it wants to go higher, right? So that's near. A lot of opportunities still remaining. 4-hour chart after that correction. There's a reversal candle, not even a buy signal left on the 4-hour chart, but could happen in the near future. So that is near. Let's get back on these higher time frames. The weekly chart, Matic, right? Broke out here, had a nice candle there, follow through, buy signal on the weekly chart, and then it's regained the 200-week moving average. That was the question we were asking on all these crypto assets. Would it regain the 200-week moving average? It did. Would it hit this next target? It's trending that way. So we're going to find out on Matt if it's going to do that. Dot, pending buy signal still on Dot at $5.12. One of the Discord members let me know that yesterday they saw this pullback, right? They missed the breakout on Dot. They saw this pullback based off the lower time frames, and then they decided to get in, right? So it wasn't ideal. It wasn't all the way back here. It wasn't ideal. It wasn't all the way back here, but they saw an opportunity. They were feeling fear of missing out, right? Their fear of missing out, and they're honest about it in the Discord on a different asset. So they were watching Dot and they saw this pullback, right? All the way back to a 440. And then they end up getting in. I don't know exactly what their entry was, but they end up getting in. And I think they're going to be rewarded for it. Is it ideal to where they got in now? No, but it's better than chasing Solana now, right? So was it the perfect entry? No, but that was quite a bit of a nice pullback. It was a 15% pullback within 8 hours, right? 2 4-hour candles. So and now it's regained the trending dots on the 4-hour chart. And then, if it starts breaking back above here, right, then the daily chart is still looking ultra bullish, even though it flipped all the way back down here and was not ultra bullish for like 8 hours of the 24-hour daily candle. It came right back up here. So, I mean, they got in on that wick. At some point in that wick, they got in, and it's still ultra bullish. Like I said, it's not ideal, but hey, if you're looking at it from a longer term standpoint, in hindsight, it's probably going to be a really great. Oh, I think they're in at $4.80 or $4. I don't know, but they were saying that, hey, it's already at $5.10 or whatever it was, and they're already up in their position. It's still early, in my opinion, because based off the weekly chart, that pending buy signal, even from here at $5, right, to the middle, is about almost 200%, right? Just call it 195, 200% potential. It seems like it's still really early on Dot. Same with Decentraland, aka Mana, right? Had a buy signal last week. And it broke this downward trend line at 33 cents. Buy signal at 40 cents. It's still only at just under 43 cents on Mana. So I'm in Mana Dot. Full disclosure, I'm in Mana Dot near Cardano, of course, Bitcoin, right? So G-Rod, good morning. Good morning, Sniper Kings. Love it. 4K mods, do you think Mana will go up? I mean, after looking at all these crypto assets, 4K mods, what do you think? What do you think Mana will do, right? It had a buy signal on the weekly chart. It's went through this whole bottoming phase. It went through a bottoming phase, right? 28 cents down here, retested it. Probably bullish divergence. Yep, is that bullish divergence? Let's see. Yeah, it's bullish, long-term bullish divergence. Buy signal on RSI weekly chart. MACD curling up, right? MACD bullish crossover on the weekly chart. So, it's trending that way, right? So, do I think it's going to go up? I'm in the position, right? So I'm holding it. I didn't get out. So it's up 2.25% today. Buy signal on the weekly chart. We'll see where it ends up from there. What else? NASDAQ up 1.46%, right? Short squeeze, full in effect on NASDAQ. Is the bottom in? It's possible. It's possible the bottom is in on the NASDAQ, right? It's possible this is the bottom. It's possible this is going to be a higher low, right? Did I think like if it was going to be a bull run from here that we would put in a lower higher low? Say that 10 times. A lower higher low. Yeah, I did think that, and it's still possible, right? Similar to the Russell 2000, right? What came all the way back down here and took out these pivot lows, right? So we'll see how it plays out. It's possible still. That's SP 500. That's the Dow Jones. So they're looking more bearish, but there are reversal candles on the weekly chart for all of these. Russell 2000, S&P 500, Dow Jones, reversals on the weekly candle, right? Reversal on the weekly candle doesn't mean it couldn't go lower, right? Reversal on the weekly candle went lower. Reversal on the weekly candle. I mean, after it went up a little bit higher each time, end up going like there's a reversal candle, it pumped higher, then came back lower, right? So it doesn't mean that now this reversal candle back here on this weekly chart basically said that was the high on this rally here as an example in Dow Jones. But it doesn't mean 100% of the time that the reverse candle is 100% saying that the bottom is in. But just interesting that the reverse candle is showing. So NASDAQ doesn't have a reverse candle, but it is breaking above, right? So this daily horizontal line is currently above it. And we talked about that it hadn't and by the way, I was in a short position based off the 1 hour chart and I played it to the downside. And then last night I saw that it was kind of bottoming there on the 1 hour chart. So, I got out of it with like a couple $100, right? Made a couple $100. Woohoo. Nothing to text mom about, right? Then text mom, hey mom, I made $200 on my NASDAQ futures short. Right. So I got out of it. But then it started to reverse back around, had a buy signal on the 1 hour chart, started reverse, and now it's pumping up to 1.5%. So we did talk about that this could be a lower high and until proven otherwise. Well, if we get a daily close above this downward trend line, we hadn't yet. Today would be the first day. And we get a daily close back above this horizontal trend line that we've been talking about at 15,400-ish. Then at that point, then we would say, hey, it's starting to look like, this is the low. But at some point, it's going to put in a higher low. But who knows when that's going to happen, right? So we're watching it kind of like gold, right? So if you take a look over at gold. So did have this buy signal back here just under 15,000 on the daily chart. Did have a buy signal on the weekly chart back here at 15,190, and it's still bullish overall, right? So it's breaking out on the daily chart and the weekly chart, not only from this downward trend line, but from this horizontal line. And then you got another weekly. Let's see. Let's take this off real quick. Let's take it off so we can draw this horizontal line. You got another horizontal weekly resistance here. You start breaking above there, then I'm going to start to say, hey, we might be going to look for all-time highs, right? So until it breaks all of that, I know a lot of people are calling for all-time highs already. It's possible, right? Microsoft did, Nvidia did, and I think Apple did, right? So it's possible the NASDAQ does, but until it's breaking and closing above here, today it looks like it's going to close above here for the weekly, right? But that's just like a daily horizontal. The weekly, you got another one here at just above at 15,500. So we'll see how it does, but it is breaking this downward trend line. It is bullish on the daily and the weekly, right? So this makes me think that I don't want to short it right now. That might have been my last short based off the 1 hour chart. So we'll see how it works out. Maybe it puts in a double top and it starts to roll over. We'll watch it on lower time frames as well. But as of right now, it's bullish on NASDAQ daily chart, weekly chart. And hopefully we can get some Bitcoin miners. Hopefully we can get some AI stocks pumping for a change. I mean, Bitcoin miners aren't doing much, right? Outside of MicroStrategy, which is not a Bitcoin miner, and GBTC, the Bitcoin miners aren't doing great right now. So when are they gonna come out to play? That's what I want to know. When are they gonna come out to play and help us, help you, help me, help you, help all of us, right? So we need those Bitcoin miners. But the NASDAQ, we got to look at this from a neutral standpoint. It got back above the trending dots, right? So it's looking like it's outperforming, the Russell 2000, obviously, right? It looks like it's outperforming the Dow Jones and S&P 500. They look different. They don't look as bullish. And a lot of this comes from the Magnificent Seven. The Magnificent Seven has been holding up the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, right? So the Dow Jones and the Russell 2000, they don't look as strong. And if you were to take away the Magnificent Seven, then the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 probably wouldn't look as strong either. That's just my personal opinion, right? So that's what we're going to continue to watch. We'll take a quick glance at the Magnificent Seven. It's all up, big surprise, right? NASDAQ is up 1.5%. And you can see the averages here. NVIDIA is up 2%. Meta up 1.9. Amazon 1.2, 1.8, 1, right? So you could probably take the average of that as 1.5%. So that's NASDAQ. So it is, it is run by the Magnificent Seven, right? It seems like it. Could this be a double top, right? Let's take a look at it. Could it put in additional bearish divergence longer term? Yes, it could, right? Could it just go on to make all-time highs and this the bull run is on for NVIDIA? Yes, it's possible. It may have found support on the weekly chart. RSI hit 50, 51-ish and found support and has bounced for, this would be the second week in a row. So we'll see. There's no MACD bullish crossover as of yet, right? It is bullish. Could come back up here, put in a double top, put in bearish diversions, and then see if it rolls back down. Eventually, the 20% gap will be closed. When? We've been saying we don't know for sure. We don't know. Lawrence, Andre Britz, yo, cool, Yule, yo, whatever you're saying, Andre Britz. Lawrence, what up? Akimori, great job, Jesse, on these daily videos. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to get into all the comments. We'll cover it. Meta continues to be bullish, right? Eventually, this massive gap is going to be closed. I'd be surprised if it doesn't, just like I would be surprised if this massive 21% gap didn't get filled up here. Are we looking at it? Could it put in additional bearish divergence? Yes, it could. Is it going to take runs at this could be a double top here, right? It's possible. Could it take a run at all-time highs? Yes, it could be possible. It is bullish on the weekly chart, right? This would be the highest weekly close since July 2023. And then that would be the highest going all the way back to January 2022. So it is bullish. I'm not in a position on any of these Magnificent Sevens, right? Not in a position, but Amazon did regain the 200-week moving average. It is bullish. A lot of people think. Microsoft is ultra bullish on the weekly chart, making all-time new highs, right? All-time new highs. MACD bullish crossover. The buy signal back here on RSI. It is ultra bullish on the weekly chart for Microsoft. Tesla trying to find support. Tesla John's in the house. QQQ already made a higher high, and NASDAQ is about to, Tesla John, we'll get into all the comments. You're probably looking at the daily chart, right? Probably looking at the daily chart, but it hasn't put in a higher low yet, and that's what we're kind of talking about. We're waiting for that higher probability, that higher low, kind of like what we're going to see on gold. We'll take a look at gold, but Tesla looks a little bit different. It is still trending down on the weekly chart. It could find support at the 200-week moving average, right? Could find support here at the, let's see, zoom in here. It's possible to find support at this target, and then this 200-week moving average, maybe it kind of finds support and then flips back around, but it is looking a little bit different. So we'll continue to watch that. Apple, after hitting target 2 of the 4 targets, has found support and it's running towards, took out this high here, right? Took out this pivot after making a lower low. So at some point, it will also put in a higher low if the bull is going to take charge of Apple, right? If it's going to come back up and retest these highs up here. Google is still coming back to retest the trending dots, right? We'll see from there. It's still currently bullish, but no MACD bullish crossover. And it could be putting in a lower high. So too early to say on the Magnificent Seven, but they are keeping the NASDAQ pumping as of right now. Let's get back to it. Let's see. All right, let's go through the comments we kind of went through. Oh, gold. I want to take a look at gold real fast. Let's take a look at gold, and then we'll get into all the comments and go through any questions or anything you want me to chart. Looks like we got some in the comments already. Make sure to smash the like, smash the subscribe button, and keep rocking and rolling here. So what am I looking for? Gold. Let's see. Let's look at the gold futures because I already kind of have it mapped out. Let's see. Futures, gold. I have it on here. Let's see. There it is. Right? Right. All right. So we kind of talked about this. We're watching it. Let's go on the daily chart. Right? Kind of map this out. So from the lows on the live streams, we were talking about it's getting oversold. It was oversold, 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 oversold. And then we were talking about it on the live streams, right? We were talking about on the live streams that it looked like it was front running my target down here. It looked like bigger players are front running and taking profits just above the 200-week moving average. We were talking about that, and it was pushing back up, right? And then they gapped it up, and then it started closing daily back above the trending dots, came all the way back up, short squeeze, right? Short squeeze all the way back up, broke this downward trend line. And this could be what happened similar to the NASDAQ, right? Very similar downward trend line, very similar push down. And we had shorted it on the NASDAQ, very similar push down, and then short squeeze back up, multi-day, like you go from October 6th to October 27th. So 2 weeks of a short squeeze up. And then at some point, it would come back down, retrace, because we're looking for a higher low, right? If it is a true breakout, we're looking for that higher low. So this target's already been hit, as you can see. So we'll put a check mark here. Target 1 has been hit on this retracement. And then we have this target confluence here and possibly backtest this downward trend line. So I had put this target here. There's several reasons why it could come back, hit this target, and bounce. But we talked about it before price hit this target today. And I was in a few shorts back here. I wasn't in today's short. I was too busy, and I don't, if I'm too busy, then and it doesn't feel right, then I just don't take that short. But I did take a couple shorts back here based off of shorter time frames, like the 1 hour chart and lower, right? So filled some bags back here on Forex. And so anyways, we talked about this even on yesterday's live stream. Price is back up here, 1966. Will it find support here and bounce and put that higher low? Will it come all the way back down, back test, find support, and then bounce? Will it come all the way back down here, right? Or could it come all the way back down to this target box, fill this gap, and then build some momentum back up to the upside? All those options are possible, right? But all of those, I'm assuming, are going to put in a higher low. And this could be that last low there, just above the 200-week moving average. It seems like that is what's going to happen. Now we just got to find out where that next higher low is and then play it accordingly. Like we kind of talked about, that'd be kind of like the next breakout possibility. And then, could even probably drop down to like, something like that, where it'd be even a more aggressive approach, or maybe there's like a better like 4 hour, right? Or 8 hour, so we kind of look at this, the 4 hour here, kind of draw the trend lines like this. Like it'd probably be a lot more aggressive downward trend line. So probably maybe not wise, but it is getting oversold on the 4 hour chart as of right now. So it is maybe it pushes down. Here, let's take a look at the 8 hour chart. I know we're getting crazy on these lower time frames right now, but there is room to the downside on the 8 hour chart and the higher time frames, like the daily chart. So it does signal that we could come back down, test this target here, right? And then, of course, possibly even lower targets from there. So we'll see how it plays out. But that is gold futures, and we'll continue to monitor it. Let's kind of go back here and then take a look. Let's see. I do want to take a look at Unity software real fast, right? Unity software. Wow, what a massive push down overnight. You know, Unity software, right? Looked like it was breaking out on November 9th. Looks like it was breaking out. And then based off of like massive surprise of 89% gain, 89% surprise with positive earnings on Unity software, and they push it down, right? They push it down overnight, and they gapped it down. Let's see, they pushed it down 16% overnight based off of these positive earnings. They're expecting higher. They're expecting higher 3 quarters in a row, and it was a 89% surprise, and they push it down. So you know, that's why I don't think earnings matter, right? That's why I don't think earnings matter. And that's why I don't think news matters. Does it impact it, and do they use that to their advantage, the market makers? Yes, they do. They trap in some longs, right? And they push it down, and they see like the positive earnings, right? Massive positive earnings. But eventually, it's like holding a ball underwater, right? You hold the ball underwater, and eventually you let the ball up, boom, short squeeze, right? So we'll see what happens. There's still no buy signal on the daily chart. It looks like it's starting to like, whether it's today, tomorrow, the next day, it's possible that this was it ends up with the daily close, right? It didn't close down here, right? So this is a low. It could close up here and put in this higher low and then continue upward. So even though they push it down overnight, it doesn't really impact the daily candles yet, right? So you got this low down here. This could be a slightly higher low, and then we see a breakout from there on Unity software. I did that video over here. Still waiting on it. The top 5 AI stocks, 300 views over there 7 days ago. It's still valid today. So I did it back here, right? It was early, but we're seeing early signs of a potential breakout. The earnings are insane on Unity software, right? From what they project and versus what the surprise to the positive was. I don't trade off of earnings, and you can see why, right? Earnings positive, 89% surprise, and they push it down 16% overnight, right? So, well, that's that. Let's get into all the comments. Awesome. Javier, welcome back. Trying to short squeeze. Yep, they are short squeezing, very similar to gold. Could last a couple weeks, right? Could last a couple weeks, similar to gold, maybe longer, who knows? But we're expecting a higher low. It's not going to go straight to the moon, in my opinion. Javier, good morning, everyone. Aldo, could you find it in your heart to TA the US oil 4-hour chart? I'm long here for an overdue bounce at 80. Hopefully. Ooh. Last time we looked at US oil, it was breaking down. So let's take a look at it. I know it's on the watch list. So maybe it's getting a bounce. Let's see. US oil. Where are you? Yeah, I mean, it's bouncing today, right? So this is the daily chart. It may have found bottom, right? It's kind of guessing right now based off the daily chart. We'll take a look at the 4-hour chart, Aldo. But just keep in mind the overall trend is down at this current point. Trending dots are still down, right? So, the higher probability reversals is getting like, taking these type of long positions. You just got to be careful. Like these could be like, this could be the bottom. It could be finding support, but based off the daily chart, it's kind of guessing as of right now. And it's still bearish. Like it's 37 RSI on the daily chart. Let's look at the weekly chart. There's a sell signal on RSI back here on the weekly chart. MACD bearish crossover on the weekly chart. Had a reversal candle back here, right? So it is trending down on the weekly chart. So just be aware of that you're counter trading the weekly chart and the daily chart. Maybe it is finding support. Maybe this is a higher low, but just keep in mind that you are counter trading the higher time frames. So with that in mind, let's look at the 4-hour chart. So wait, what'd you say? overdue bounce to $80. Okay, yeah. All right. So that makes sense. Don't forget to take profits, right? If you're counter trading on these lower time frames, uh, I could see a buy signal in the near future on the 4-hour chart. So it looks like it's finding support, had a 4-hour close back above the trending dots, and then another one, and now it's starting to gain momentum. So if you're already in a long position and you think it's going to 80, yeah, I can see that. So if you're looking at it from here, you know, just a quick eyeball test, probably like you said, it's probably pretty close to like $80, right? Uh, target 2, target 3, right? Possibly like that. So you can see maybe it kind of comes up, pumps like that. If that's low, then at some point it's going to put in a higher low, right? And then it's going to just take time for it to get reversed back around on the weekly chart if that is the low. Otherwise, it's still a counter trade. So it could just do a quick spike up and then come back down, right? Spike up, come back down, right? So that's the overall trend right now, but it is trending upward, $77.38. It seems like, it could get a buy signal in the near future on the 4-hour chart, then $80 seems like it's on the table. So if you're in that trade, good job. John Pye, hello everyone. Welcome back, John Pye. Market Snipers in the house. The Doc Carter. Good morning, the Doc Carter. I know he's a longtime Twitter X app follower. Awesome. Good to see you here on the YouTube app, right? Luis Dominguez. Good morning, everyone. Sniper over there. Happy Friday. 4K mods. I will take profits and then wait and then buy again. Wait until the halving. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so never a bad thing taking profits and then repositioning in at lower prices. 4K mods. It's always good. Hi, sir. Welcome back to the channel. Rick's Moneymakers Helton. Good morning, Market Snipers. Travel day today. We will catch you later on the replay crew. Awesome, Rick. Appreciate that. I appreciate all of Rick's support. Twitter X app, Discord member, always hitting the comments on all the videos, on the live streams, on the videos, smashing the like button. Even a Twitter X paid subscriber on there. And I don't, like as a tip jar, like I don't even do anything with Twitter X subscribers, but even Rick is over there paying $3 a month over there. I appreciate Rick's support. That's awesome. Thank you. Discord member. Hope you're getting value, Rick. I think you made pretty good on your last position that you're talking about. 4K mods. How much does it actually cost to give somebody financial advice? I don't know. You got to be like registered with FINRA and a bunch of different agencies, stuff like that. So probably a lot. Tesla John, good morning. Looks to be inverse head and shoulders is forming on Tesla daily chart and fill the 206 gap this morning and bounce. Yeah, I mean, we could take a look at it if you want. Let's see. There was another chart I was looking at that I kind of drew out it could put in a possible inverse head and shoulders. I can't remember what it was, but it was either one of the Magnificent Sevens or possibly Microsoft, or I can't remember now. I can't remember. Let's take a look at the daily chart though. So daily chart, let's see. Now, my thoughts on overall patterns. Maybe it's more. Yeah, I mean, you've got shoulder. Yeah, it's possible, right? So possible inverse head and shoulders, and then draws it out, and then maybe based off of that pattern, it could refill this gap at 242, right? So 4-hour chart is still bearish. It's still below the trending dots. It did fill that gap, like you said, at 206 down here at 206. It is back above the 200-week moving average, like we talked about. Looks like it's finding support, starting to be pretty wicky, right? On the 4-hour chart. Keep in mind it's a lower time frame, but it's getting, after it was oversold, right? Now it's starting to get very wicky down here. And so buyers are stepping in, and it may have found support of the 200-week moving average like we talked about. This could be a higher low based off the 4-hour chart. Too early to say on the daily chart, But again, you can see the wicks. This could be, that move, come back down, fill that gap. And then, yeah, so this could be the bottom, that higher low on Tesla, and it could start to flip back around. And it has regained the 200-week moving average, or closed above it, right? So, yeah, I mean, I could see that. I can see that on the patterns, but don't be surprised if the pattern target doesn't get hit, because if you know my thoughts on that. But if you have a confluence of targets, like you got the inverse head and shoulders, you got a gap target, you got a retracement target, all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, it could definitely play out and fill that gap at 242. We've been talking about filling this gap since it created that gap, right? So it became ultra bearish, came all the way down, hit this target down here. And since then, we talked about looking for a bounce. We talked about looking for a bounce and filling that gap at 242. And maybe this is that higher low, and the trending dots are starting to curl back up and are green. So seems like it could go up and fill that gap. Tesla John. All right, let's keep going. Tesla John QQQ already made a higher high. All right, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. QQQ. I'm pretty sure I have it on my watch list, but just faster if I just type it in. Yeah, so from here, right, this is what you're talking about. There was a daily candle close here, higher, right? Another one, and then closed back down here, and then came back up, right? So yeah, you're right. QQQ already made a higher high on the daily chart, whereas the NASDAQ futures has not as of yet. So if we go back to NASDAQ futures, right, has not, but today it will. Today it will. It's trending that way, 15,500. It is pumping right now. We talked about a possible short squeeze similar to gold. Let's see, the 26th. Maybe it's last week and this week we see a 2-week short squeeze, and then maybe a 2 or 3 week short squeeze, right? And then maybe like very similar to gold, comes up like this, kind of retraces, puts in that higher low, wherever that is, here, or back here, right? So as we're kind of watching on the NASDAQ, let's keep going. G-Rod, welcome back. Good morning, Sniper Kings and Queens. There are Sniper Queens in here. G-Rod, don't forget, it's a small percentage, but we've got some. We've got some, that's for sure. We've got some in the Discord 1.5 years, and I would put them, Sniper Queen, up against many traders out there. So shout out to our Sniper Queens over there. Yeah, we got a lot of Sniper Kings, but we got Sniper Queens in the house too. So don't go to sleep on the Sniper Queens. We got some killers out there. No, it's all catch and release snipering. We don't kill anyone, right? This is a positive channel. We're good people, right? For the most part, I think we are. 4K mods, do you think mana will go up? I bet on it. I don't know. I bet on it. 4K mods, we covered it. Andre Brits, yo, welcome back, Andre. Jesse, please, can you do VRA? I'm looking for a long entry. Yes, we will do it. We got to get you back on the right track, my man. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, VRA crypto. I don't think that one's on my main watch list. So what exchange are you looking at, Andre? If not, usually I look for like Binance. Usually Binance has like, I don't even see Binance on here. So let's just do Qcoin. But there might be better exchanges that you're looking at. And then let me know. Oh, I think you already did crypto. Yeah, I know it's crypto. Thanks for telling me that, though. I appreciate that. I'm looking for a long entry. Man, it's ultra bullish on VRA, Andre. And remember, you kind of opened up to us and publicly, and you said that you were having a hard time, or you had like a couple positions. Maybe you've already rectified the situation. Maybe you're already back on track. But you talked about that you had some losses recently, and the advice I gave I think it was a Twitter X app. The advice I gave was maybe just take a step back and reassess. And if it's not your your strategy. Like, I don't know what your strategy is, because I don't think you're. Are you in the Discord? I can't. I don't. I can't remember. I don't think you're in the Discord. So, uh, if it's not your strategy, if your strategy is sound, I said go back and back test your strategy. If it's not that, it's probably your either over trading or your emotions are getting to you and you're not executing your strategy. But if it is a strategy issue, then but I can tell you right now, if you're trying to get in on VRA based off of the daily charts, it's not ideal, right? Like going back here, there's a reverse candle in the daily chart, and in hindsight, this is like, because I wasn't trading this, but that is your entry point on the daily chart, right? You've got a reversal candle on the daily chart breaking this downward trend line, starting to look good, followed by a buy signal back here at 0.004. And then you've got like maybe another entry here with the higher low, right? So you got another entry back here on the daily chart. Yeah, that's a more difficult one to get. This is a better entry. This is a more difficult one here. I guess you kind of draw it out like probably like that, right? I'd probably draw it like that. And so it kind of comes up and then take that entry there. So that this is the best entry. This is second best entry. There's no entry for me right now on the daily chart. So I just got to say, like, based off what you told me on publicly in the Twitter X app. So it's not like you told me privately and privately, like now I'm airing out your dirty laundry. You talked about it publicly. So I appreciate people who can talk about it publicly and, maybe can learn from their experience and stuff, or maybe I could offer some, help there on the education part of it. But main entry one, possible entry two here, right? I mean, this is still a pretty good entry, but definitely this is my favorite one. This would be my second one. There's no entry right now. Right now, it feels like it's chasing, unless you're looking at it from a longer term standpoint. This is purely from a swing trading standpoint on the daily chart. So let me know, because when you say long entry, makes me think that you're swing trading it, and so it's not the time right now when it's ultra bullish, right? And it's possible it puts in bearish divergence, right? So are the emotions kicking in or not, right? So I don't know. If you're looking at it from a weekly standpoint, you had a buy signal back here on the weekly chart at 0.005. And, like I said, the second entry here, higher low, it's bullish on the weekly chart. It's ultra bullish on the daily chart. It doesn't seem like an entry to me. So you just have to decide what your strategy is and let me know. Let me know if you have a follow-up question on that. I hope that helps, but it just seems like chasing at this point for me based off the daily chart and the weekly chart. Maybe you're looking at a lower time frame, but I don't like to be in the habit of chasing. So it just seems like you kind of missed it on that one. So I would just look for a better asset to trade, maybe one that's back here, possibly even pending a buy signal like dot or near whatever, or something else, right? Lawrence, welcome back. Hope that helps, Andre, and thank you for mentioning and stuff so we can talk about it in real time and help. You're not the only one, right? Even people in the Discord, struggle with this. I've been through it, right? Everyone's been through it. So it's good to lean on, and talk about it openly and publicly. So it's not easy to do. Many people shy away from it. So Lawrence, please, if you can, BNB Binance coin on Binance, holding this. Hey, yeah, Lawrence, thank you for telling me the symbol, the exchange you want, and what you want, right? Holding this coin, it hasn't pumped like other coins. Okay, let's take a look at it. That really helps, Lawrence, putting all this into context. So I and let me know the details of it. I appreciate that. So when we talk about it, let's take a look. I'm pretty sure we have it on the watch list, but I'm just gonna, yeah, we do. We have, so I always do not the perpetual. Okay, let me get rid of the perpetual. Let me get rid of that one. Yeah, so I mean, there's, if you're already in it, obviously there's not financial advice. If I was in BNB, right, and I'm not, full disclosure, I'm not in BNB, but for educational purposes, if I was in it and I took this long position, we had a buy signal there, right? So it's bullish on the weekly chart. It looks like it's trying to regain. This is a long downward trend line too, right? This is going all the way back to November 2021, right? So November 2021, this is like a low. This is a lower low, and it's bullish divergence, long-term bullish divergence, right? If it was me, I would be trying to hold this one. I'd try to push it longer term. May have not pumped. It might be one of those lagging, right? Maybe one of those lagging. It just had the buy signal last week, right? And now it looks like it's regaining the 200-week moving average. So if you go back, Lawrence, to Bitcoin, well, these other assets, Cardano buy signal from 5 days ago, I think I covered it there too. Looking at the next two possible milestones. One is the 200-week moving average, and then I talk about another one as well, the anchor VWAP. So definitely go take a look at that video from 5 days ago, and you can see where possibly that next opportunity is. But it looks like it's trying to regain the 200-week moving average, and it's trending upward. So yeah, it might be lagging time-wise, but it's currently ultra bullish on the daily chart. And as you can see, it started closing daily back above the 200-week moving average. I'm going to see if it's going to regain it or not. And if so, maybe you could see some higher prices over there. Hope that helps. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions. Akimori, am I saying that correct? Please correct me if I'm saying that wrong. Akimori, great job, Jesse, on these daily videos. Thank you, Akimori. Thank you for all of your support, commenting. I appreciate you saying that. Buy high, sell low. Yeah, don't do that. Buy high, sell low. Aldo, call it Twix. Get that trending. Call it Twix. I'm not sure what that even means, right? Maybe it was a response to what I was talking about. Sorry, Aldo. Let me know what you're talking about. Did you book your vacation yet? Did you decide where? Come to Florida. I'll pay for your round of golf. Yeah. I think the boys, our annual golf trip for the guys, right? I think we decided on the return, the scene of the crime. For my bachelor party, we went to Nashville, Tennessee. I think we're going to do Nashville, Tennessee because one of my longtime friends, going on 20 years, lives on the East Coast, lives in the DC area. And so Nashville is not as far of a trip. And the last guy's golf trip we did in Tahoe. So that was kind of a long flight for him. And Nashville is farther for me and my other buddy that were flying out of Orange County. And then, of course, the best man at my wedding flying out of Arizona. So, yeah, I think we might have come to terms with Nashville. But I appreciate the offer, Tesla John. The golf trip. Yep. I'll take you up on that one day. But I think we decided on Nashville. So we might be going over there. Thank you for the offer. I appreciate that. 4K mods. Did you cover NVIDIA? Time to sell, maybe? Did you cover? Oh, yeah, I did cover NVIDIA. I did. 4K mods. Go take a look at that. It's bullish right now, right? If on the daily chart and the weekly chart. So maybe you're looking at a lower time frame, but it's pumping right now. And so I did cover that. I made a little profit in BNB and flew away. Okay. Were you shorting it or were you long it, right? It's still on. It's still bullish on the weekly chart, still ultra bullish on the daily chart, and the 4-hour chart. Well, we don't need to get into all that. Let's keep going. Sure. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. That's probably a nice way of putting it. I didn't pronounce it perfectly, right? So I apologize. Thank you. That's a nice way of saying I could do better, right? So anyways, let's keep going. Lawrence, no follow-up. Thanks you so much. Okay. No follow-up. Okay. All right. Oh, no follow-up question. Got it. All right. Pancho Guer oh, here we go. Let's just keep it a Pancho. I apologize, Pancho. Oh man, I next thing you know, I'm gonna try to put on an accent or something. I'm gonna really chop it up. Let's just stay with Pancho, my man. What would be your favorite stocks or crypto assets to enter right now? Favorite? I don't know. I'm still looking at Bitcoin miners, high risk though. Uh, Unity software, high risk. I did a couple of videos on those. I don't know what my favorite would be, but let's take a look, right? Maybe some let's see, let's stocks. Let's take a look. That's a good question, Pancho. It's a very good question. Let's take a look. Let's just do a quick scan of some of these stocks that have been on my watch list for a long time. Let's just, you guys got time, right? It's 1 hour and 5 minutes. You guys are keeping me long today. You're helping me earn this channel that's not monetized. You're trying to make me earn some money, right? I've covered Lemonade a lot, right? So Lemonade, another high risk asset, right? I didn't get in on Lemonade because they gapped it up, right? I was watching it down here at $11 and it's going through a correction. I mean, it hit 3 of the 4 targets. Will it come back and fill this gap, Poncho? I talked about this. You can go take a look at a previous video, and I dive into it more so on the AI stocks. So go to the top 5 AI stocks. I know it's not an AI stock, but I talk about it. So go over to that one and take a look at it. But Lemonade's one of them. And then we got some like maybe not as if high risk stocks. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Netflix, Target, right? Target. Let's see. Let's take a look at Target. Target is it finding bottom? It's too early to say. It's still well below the 200-week moving average. It really dropped down to 24 RSI in the weekly chart. It could go through some bullish divergence, meaning lower prices in the future. It does look like it could do a MACD bullish crossover on the weekly chart. Too early to say, but it's well below the 0 line. I don't know. Maybe target long term. They used to do. They used to pay dividends on it. It's not much. It's like 3%, but they had positive earnings. I mean, I'm not a earnings trader, but there are positive earnings 3 quarters in a row. It is, from the highs, right? Target is like if you're looking for long-term investments, it's down 61.5% from all-time highs. It pays a dividend. RSI, hit 24 on the weekly chart. So if you look at the daily chart, right? Let's look at the daily chart. Still bearish on the weekly chart, still bearish on the daily chart. But could this, I don't know, it's still early, but could it start to flip back around? Possibly. I kind of probably redraw it like this. And if you're looking at target, maybe this puts in a higher low in the daily chart. So maybe it kind of comes out like this, gets a bounce, and then puts like a longer term higher low on the weekly chart as the weekly chart starts to get more bullish. And so I don't know, target's like kind of one of them. That's maybe it's not as high a risk. Didn't have like 90% off like some of these tech or AI stocks, but that's one of them that I look at. PayPal, it's got this gap at $72 that we talked about. Is it finding support at the trending dots on the daily chart? Is it going to fill this gap at some point, right? Looking at here, let's look at the weekly chart. There's like long-term bullish divergence on the weekly chart for PayPal and has had it for a long time. This could be additional bullish divergence. Obviously there's going to be a higher low at some point, but long-term bullish divergence going all the way back to February 2022, right? Well below the 200-week moving average. Has not retested the 200-week moving average since January 2022. And I've been talking about this and covering this in the Discord for a long time. It seems like almost all of 2023, I've been talking about PayPal having bullish divergence for a long time. So Remember, the higher probability is a higher low that gets put in. Could be a sneaky one. You got a gap here. You got the 200-week moving average up here. So those are just to name a few, right? So playback crew, Johnny C, awesome. Javier was watching. Akimori, MSTR. Yep. Can take a look. Can you say 4K mods? Can you say Pharaoh Kirill? No, I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't say it. All right. So let's see. Let's keep going. Let's see. Yeah. So PayPal, right? Let's see. One more. Let's get a third one. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else may have jumped out? SoFi, maybe? Let's see. SoFi. This is the weekly chart, right? Still pending sell, still below the trading dots, still looking bearish. Maybe not. SoFi. Let's see. What else? Disney. This is a long. I just was watching this the other day. Here's one for you. Poncho, right? Poncho, pending buy signal on Disney weekly chart after retesting March 2020 lows, right? Break out of this downward trend line, reversal candle on the weekly chart, followed by looks like a double bottom, right? Yeah, bullish, long-term bullish divergence going back to like May 2022. You got a gap up here, $100. Has not retested 200-week moving average at 128. So those are three for you. Maybe I should do a video on it, Poncho. That's something that's not as high risk. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video on it for Disney, Target, and what was PayPal, right? So maybe I should write that down. So maybe I'll do a follow-up video on it, and we'll kind of take a look at it together. Let's keep going. Long, laugh out loud. All right, I don't know what you're talking about. 4K mods. ETH, BTC, nice, bounced up. Yeah, ETH versus BTC. Yeah, Javier, I haven't looked at it in a bit, but I was watching DOT versus BTC. I was watching ADA versus BTC, Link versus BTC. I was watching them all pretty much. AVAX versus BTC. Woo! Look at this weekly chart on AVAX, right? Haven't even been talking about AVAX, but AVAX pumping on AVAX versus BTC. Not even a buy signal yet. Let's see. Near BTC. Let's look at daily chart. Pending buy signal on the daily chart. Near versus BTC. XRP, right? Let's see. Let's keep going. What else do we have? DOT, right? Let's see the weekly chart. Possibly breaking out of this downward trend line on DOT versus BTC. ADA, reversal candle on ADA versus BTC, right? So I've been watching all of these. ETH, BTC, where's the ETH? I thought I had it on here, but we could take a look at it. Let's see. ETH, BTC. I thought for sure I had it on there. Yeah, it's got to be on there. There it is. Yeah, so regaining the 200-week moving average. Let's look at the daily chart. Buy signal on ETH versus BTC. And that's all. Can you say Pharaoh Kirill? No, I can't. I'm sorry. 4K mods. No, I can't say that. You can't change your name. 4K mods. You got to keep your name 4K mods or something else. You can't change your name because I don't want to chop it up. You're gonna make me look bad. MicroStrategy. All right, you want to take a look at MicroStrategy? All right, let me know. And why? I know it's on here. We've already looked. We took a quick glance at it, but MicroStrategy, ultra bullish on the weekly chart, hit the third longer term target. Yes, this is the daily chart. Yesterday, hit this target. I haven't even changed the target from orange to green yet, right? We hit the third longer term target. It's ultra bullish on the daily chart still. It's still bullish on the weekly chart and it's trending upward, right? It's trending upward. At any moment, Akimori. Akimori. Oh my gosh. I hope I'm saying it pretty close, right? So thanks to Aldo for misspelling my name, make me feel better about it. At any moment, MicroStrategy could flash ultra bullish on the weekly chart. So it's up 2.4%, 2.47%, has now hit target 3. Why won't the Bitcoin miners come out to play? Come on, Bitcoin miners, come out to play. Let's have a good day. Come out to play, right? All right, let's go. Javier, I was 7 hours in stream yesterday. I have time. I was 7 hours in stream yesterday. What do you mean? What do you mean? You watch 7 hours of live stream? Oh my God. Is that what you mean, Javier? If so, you are wild. You're crazy. You were watching live streams for 7 hours? Oh my God. Let me know. Johnny C, playback crew. Yes. Awesome, Johnny C. Welcome back. Long time sniper in the Discord, more than a year. Javier, looks like. Let's look at ETH BTC. Yep. Got it. Was just suggesting it as a crypto stock. Okay. Got it. All right. Yep. MicroStrategy. All right. Thank you so much for the detailed answer. A lot of good options. Okay. Awesome. You got it, Pancho. So Target, PayPal, and Disney. Pancho, let me know. I know my last name is. Oh, here we go. I know my last name is hard to pronounce for English speakers. Probably not for English speakers, probably just for me. So thanks for trying. Just got to practice rolling those R's. Right? Yeah, practice all those R's. Right? Guiara? No, I pronounced it so bad. Arnold, longtime sniper, and our only first official moderator in the Discord. Arnold, my man, always helping people in the Discord. Longtime sniper, longtime follower on the Twitter X app, more than a year and a half, was helping people all the time in the Discord. I appreciate it. So he's a first official moderator in the Discord, helping people. So if for some reason I don't get back to somebody, if you just tag me in the Discord with a question or something, you want me to look at a chart, I feel like I'm 100% that I get back to you. And if not, I say, hey, if it's important to you, tag me twice. Or if it's really important personally, DM me in the Discord and I get back to you, right? But if not, like if you need faster service sometimes, Arnold is there helping people, and I appreciate you, Arnold. All right, I think that's it. I think I covered all the comments in the here. We're at 1 hour, 18 minutes. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I hope you get outside, get away from the charts for a little bit. I know you say that, but take that to heart. I'll probably go check out the beach for a little bit, maybe go on a hike, go see some friends, get outside, get away from the charts for a little bit. Don't take my eye off it fully. Thank you for your continued support. Smash that subscribe button, smash that like button. I appreciate all that. Wow, sounds better when you have the microphone closer. Does it? Does it sound better? I mean, I could hold it like that. And the voice, does it sound deeper? I don't know. Yes, sir. Grateful to be in this team. Thanks, Arnold. I appreciate it. I guess I got to hold it like this for now on. All right, Javier, there it is. Thanks again for all of your support. I appreciate all of you. Hope you have a good weekend. Have a good day. It does. All right. Cool. Thanks again. I'll see you on Monday.